And good afternoon, everyone. Game 3 of our session here in the GCA Women's Softball Tournament. The number 1 seed, South Georgia State Lady Hawks, versus Georgia Highlands, who won their opening game of this tournament against East Georgia 6-0. This is a winner's bracket game. The first appearance of the number 1 seed Lady Hawks in this tournament. They are 30-7 on the year, 12-2 in the GCAA. Whitney Oliver is on the mound. So we're just about ready to go here. And leading off is Andrea Booth for Georgia Highland, the Lady Chargers. And we're just about ready to go here. And that first pitch is a ball, 1-0. Oliver kicks and fires. That one's grounded to the shortstop. Good stab over the first. Got her by a step. Good play that time by Summer Lee, the shortstop, as we watch the replay here. At number 4, Carly Thurman to the plate. Her first appearance. Top of the first here in this third game of the session. Mike Flowers, James Crenshaw with you. David Elder somewhere in the back will join us. Winner's bracket game here. Oliver kicks and fires. That one's fouled at the plate. And that's a strike. 1 out in the inning here, top of the first. South Georgia State. That pitch is just a bit out of the zone. Next pitch about to be made. That one's high, laid off of it. Oliver looks in. Now delivers. That one is grounded foul down the third base line. Steve Winter is our home plate umpire. Lee Gray will be at first. And Debbie Mellon will be calling the plays down at third. Full count pitch. This is a bit low now. It's a full count, I believe. 3-2. Oliver rocks and deals. Grounded foul down the third base line. We'll do it all over again. Number 1 seed on the field for the first time. They've had a great season. That pitch is just a bit outside, and it's a ball. So Carly Thurman reaches on a walk. Caitlin Parks will come to the plate. The catcher. Bree Fickus waits on deck. And she bunts it foul. So it'll be strike 1. Lady Chargers of Georgia Highlands. Again, you watch the replay, fouled at the plate. Oliver looks in for the sign. They charge at the corners, bunts it. Pitcher gets it over to first, second baseman covering. And that's 2 out in the inning. Megan Farmer there on the coverage, but the runner advanced to second, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Bree Fickus. Cleanup batter. First baseman. Oliver looks in. First pitch about to be made to the cleanup hitter. And that's a ball, 1-0. Nice afternoon here. A little warm. Sun is setting to our left behind home plate. Ball grounded to the second baseman on a big hop over the first, and the out is recorded there. So Georgia Highlands strands a runner, and at the end of a half inning here, no score as you watch the replay. Game 3 of the GCAA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here. One
Mosley. 20 in the game. She's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
Bottom of the first inning, South Georgia State getting their first at bat. Rebecca Mead on the pitch for Georgia Highlands. She pitched well in the first game of the session. Now let's see what South Georgia. Chelsea Lyons leads it off. Left-handed batter digs in. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to count. Mead looks in. Pitches, and that one is a bit outside. Again, the sun is sitting behind. Oh, call it a strike, excuse me, delayed call. Sun is sitting behind home plate. So every position in the outfield is going to be a sun field in this ball game. That pitch is just a bit outside. 1-2 to count. Mead delivers outside, 2-2. Mead looks in and delivers. Grounded to the shortstop, over to first, in time for out. Good play that time by the shortstop, Lauren Womack. And that's going to bring up Megan Farmer, the second baseman. So one out in the inning. Second baseman Farmer to the plate. That pitch is bounced low, 1-0 the count. Again, game 3 of 4 today here on Jock Jive. We'll start over tomorrow morning at 10 with some loser bracket games. That pitch is in there for a strike. David Elder is updating the brackets as we speak. Off-speed pitch cut on and missed. Immediately following ours will be Darton and Georgia Military, the number 2 seed. Meade winds and delivers another off-speed pitch. Grounded in the hole. Shortstop dives for it, Womack, but she cannot make a throw. And that's going to be a base hit for Megan Farmer. Womack dove for it, stabbed it, but did not have enough time to get up and make a throw. So Michaela Clark, first baseman, to the plate. Runner on first, 1 out. Runner thought about going. Doesn't go anywhere. That pitch is a ball, 1-0. Again, Womack with a great play that time. Meade, off-speed pitch. Low, 2-0 the count. So Georgia Highlands in a little bit of trouble here in their bottom of the first. Up to the second baseman, flip shortstop to second. First, the throw to first is not in time, a little wide. So they get the force. Womack got it to the second baseman, Gian Fowler. Her throw to first was offline, so the runner gets to the base on the fielder's choice. So Clark stands there. So now Whitney Oliver to the plate. 1 out, 1 runner on, 2 outs. And the first pitch to Oliver is a strike. 0-1 to count. Meade's pitch, foul back to the screen, 0-2. South Georgia is alive and well in the dugout underneath us. Trying to get a rally going here in the bottom of the first. Meade's pitch. And it's called a strike, caught looking, and that ends the inning. So South Georgia strands 1 runner. They get a hit, but they leave 1 on, and at the end of 1, no score here on the GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Infield, kicks it in, 40, got 1 guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley, now is playing the game. She's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Top of the second inning here. Mike Flowers, James Crenshaw. No score here between the number 1 seed South Georgia State Lady Hawks and the Georgia Highlands Chargers, Lady Chargers. Oliver taking her time getting her warm-ups in. And now we get to throw down to second. Again, we'd like to thank the fine folks at Strong Rock for hosting us here at their facility, and of course, Gordon College being the host school here of the tournament. Now Ashley Jordan comes to the plate, leadoff batter for Georgia Highlands. That one's hit over the shortstop, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Jordan with a soft single over the shortstop's head, and Georgia Highlands has their leadoff runner on. And Ashley Cortez, the third baseman, comes to the plate. Squares that bat around as if to bunt. And she does. Oh, deadens it perfectly, but it barely rolls foul. That was almost the perfect bunt, but it just squeezed foul. A little bit of spin on it, and it rolled out of a play down the first base line. Oliver pitches again, bunted, called a strike, 0-2. Oliver looks in, now delivers. Bunted again, foul. And that's going to be out number one. So Cortez strikes out, and that's going to bring up Lauren Womack, the shortstop. One out, runner on first. Oliver delivers. Everybody charges like they were expecting a bunt. She didn't offer. 1-0 the count. Oliver's pitch. And that's called a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Next pitch is a bunted attempt at. It's fouled at the plate. 1-2. So Womack down in the count. Oliver delivers. That one's chopped to the shortstop. Takes it unassisted and gets the force out at second. Summer Lee with a good play that time for South Georgia. She just chopped at it, and nobody was covering second. She took it unassisted and got the force out. So Womack reaches on the fielder's choice. Now Mallory Jackson to the plate. 2 out in the inning. Runner still at first. No score here in the ball game. Oliver's pitch is a strike. Steve Winter calls that one. Next pitch is in there for a strike. So she's down in the count, 1-2. Oliver kicks and fires. Runner goes to second, and out! They threw her out. So the inning is over as the catcher throws out the runner caught stealing. Good play by Latner, the catcher. Strong throw right on the bag, and the runner basically tags herself out. Bottom of the second, no score here. GCAA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCAA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Infield kicks it in, 40, got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on
Bottom of the second inning. Rebecca Mead pitching for Georgia Highlands. And the leadoff batter up. No score here. That pitch is a ball in the dirt. Summer Lee at the plate, the shortstop. High fly ball down the left field line, giving chase. That one is going to be foul. It had home run distance, but it wasn't straight enough. It's a long strike. 1-1 to count. It takes a pretty good poke to get one out of here. We've not seen a home run in 2 games. Closest thing we've had is a fly out to dead center on the warning track. Lee. That pitch is just a bit low. Mead fires one in, and that one's popped over the second baseman into center field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Lee with a single. Second hit of the game for South Georgia State. And that's going to bring up Shelby Lacey. Lacey, the third baseman. Runner on first. Bunts it. Foul down the third base line. That'll be a strike. So again, South Georgia State has a runner on. Second consecutive inning. Could not push one across in the first. Let's see what happens here. Mead looks in. Bunted again. That's a good bunt. And it rolls foul again. The third baseman dove for it and almost touched it. But it had enough spin on it to spin out of bounds. She took a header there and just watched it roll foul. Oh, 0-2 the count. Mead delivers. Whoa, that one was inside. So Mead still ahead in the count. Lacey. That one's low. Count even at 2. Scoreboard not in operation again. Mead fires, foul back to the screen. We'll do it all over. Amy Lapp. Well, what did they say here? They award the player the first base. Was it catcher's interference? Let's see. Let's watch the replay here. I did not see. And that's, I believe, what they call catcher's interference. Bunted. Back to the pitcher. Over the first. Tags the runner out. Gianfala tags the runner as they go by. 1 out. Runners at second and third. So a strange play there on catcher's interference. And now Lauren Mertz to the plate. She bunts it back to the screen. Yeah, we're watching the replay of the catcher's interference there. That pitch is outside. So Lauren Mertz at the plate. Runners at second and third, only one out in the inning. That pitch buckled the knees of the batter. Meade works to Mertz. That one's popped foul out of play. So that'll be another strike. 2-2 the count. We've seen a single, a catcher's interference, a sacrifice. That has runners at second and third. Bottom of the second, no score here. South Georgia State looking to break on top. Meade delivers. And that's a called third strike. Mertz caught looking, 2 outs. That's going to bring up Hallie Pierce. Now we got coach out here. Are we going to have a change? Let's see what's happening. Now number 11 is going to come out to bat. That's Macy Chansey. So Macy Chansey to bat here with 2 outs, runners at second and third. So now we're going to have a conference at the mound as now Georgia Highlands want to discuss this here. Make sure they get their plays in order. And now the umpire is going to come out and break up this conference here. So runners at second and third for the pinch hitter. James just brought me a bottle of water. Thank you. That pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Macy Chansey at the plate. Rebecca Meade delivers. Popped over here to the first baseman, and she makes a running catch as she goes over the first base bag, and that ends the threat for South Georgia State. They leave a couple of runners on here as you watch it. Popped out. And the first baseman makes a great catch there over the shoulder. At the end of 2, no score here. The GCAA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCAA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this retirement. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley now is way in the game. She's been the head coach, so she's done her part for the season.
Top of the 3rd inning here for Georgia Highlands. No score here in this winner's bracket game as the number 1 seed opens up, and Georgia Highlands has already won 6-0 over East Georgia State in the opening round of the tournament. Again, we've been delayed by weather, threat of severe weather yesterday. We're going to get all 4 games in today. And then we got a full slate of games tomorrow, weather permitting. So Mallory Jackson steps to the plate. She was batting when the runner was thrown out at second in the last inning. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. Off-speed pitch way out in front, 0-2. Oliver pitches high, got by the catcher, ball 1. Again, no score here, top of the 3rd inning. That pitch was just off the plate. 2-2 to count. That pitch was just a bit out of the zone. 3-2. Full count here to the leadoff batter. That pitch is cut on and missed, strike 3. So Jackson goes down swinging for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Madison Gianfala. Madison, the freshman out of Kenton, Georgia. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Again, the outfielders are shielding their eyes as they are in the sun field here in this ball game. Bunted down the third base line, but it's foul. 0-2 the count. Andrea Booth waits on deck. And that pitch is foul back at the plate. Georgia Military has brought their schedule down. Their roster, I appreciate that. For the next game, they get it to us early. We love them. Oliver, pitch, grounded up the middle, got by the pitcher, got by the second baseman. That one had eyes on it, and it rolls in for a base hit. Gianfala with a single. Now Andrea Booth to the plate. You could not have rolled that one any better between two players. Oliver pitches. Booth thought about bunting. Takes the ball 1-0. Everybody up at the corners. That pitch is low, 2-0. So a runner on first, one out. Top of the third inning here. That pitch is framed by the catcher, but it's no call on the outside of the plate, 3-0. Oliver wanted that one, so did the catcher. Next pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1, taking all the way. Second baseman and the third baseman way up close. Bunted down the third base line, 3-2. So Booth trying to shake things up there. Three-two count, one out. Oliver pitch, slap down to the third baseman, over to first. Gianfalo advances to second, so 2 out in the inning. Good play that time by Shelby Lacey. So Carly Thurman at the plate, walked her first plate appearance. That pitch is just a bit outside, 1-0 the count. Top of the third inning here, no score. That pitch is low, good stop by the catcher, 2-0. And now the catcher is going to go out and have a talk to the pitcher. Two-0 count, 2 outs, runner on second. Thurman at the plate. Catcher frames it, 3-0. Let's see if she takes all the way here. Make Oliver throw a strike. She takes all the way, gets by the catcher. And Gianfalo is going to advance to third. And Thurman draws another walk. And that's going to bring up Caitlin Parks, the catcher. And now we're going to have a conference on the mound. So South Georgia State talking to their pitcher, Whitney Oliver, who has struggled here in the top of the third. Again, glad you've joined us on Jock Jive. Like to give a shout out again to Wilson Sporting Goods, an official sponsor of the GCAA, and Gamer Sports, sponsor of tournament hats and shirts here. Give them a call at 770-957-3369. We appreciate all the support here in getting the athletic events going, and Gamer Sports and Wilson Sporting Goods, a big part of that. Parks. That pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to count. Oliver in a jam. Runners at first and third. No score in the game. Hit deep. Going back, and that one is off the fence. One run is going to score. They're going to send a runner from third, play at the plate, and she's going to be out by a mile. But Parks gets a single and an RBI. And Georgia Highlands leads this one 1-0. Watching the replay here, that one almost got out of here. She hit it off the fence on a fly about 2 feet higher. It would have been gone. It would have been a 3-run homer, but as it is, Georgia Highlands gets a run. Bottom of the third coming up. GCAA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this assignment. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on jockside.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Bottom of the third inning, Georgia Highlands leads it 1-0. They had a runner thrown out of the plate to end the last inning. But the big hit by Caitlin Parks almost got out of here, plates a run. And now South Georgia State to the plate. Chelsea Lyons leads it off. Chelsea's second at bat. Rebecca Mead, first pitch is fouled to the screen. Down to third base line. 0-1 to count. Mead's next pitch is on the outside of the plate. 1-1 to count. Farmer and Clark to follow. Off-speed pitch, just a bit outside, 2-1 to count. Mead pitched the first game for Georgia Highlands, working her third inning here in this one. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 the count. Next pitch. Catcher set up outside, hit the mitt, but no call. 3-2. Mead's next pitch. Grounded to the shortstop. Womack over the first to Fickus, and time for the out. Lauren Womack can pick it at short. Out number one. Megan Farmer comes to the plate, second baseman. She singled in her first plate appearance. Mead with a slow off-speed pitch outside. 1-0 the count. Mead swung on and missed. Farmer could not catch up to that one. Count even at 1-1. Mead's next pitch. Catcher tried to frame that one. Guess it was a little bit high. 2-1 to count. Now Parks will go out and talk to her pitcher. Again, our third game of the session. We have another one to follow, Darton and GMC. The Lady Bulldogs of Georgia Military await Darton in the final game of our opening day session. Meade's pitch. Called a strike. 2-2 the count. Nobody on, one out. Next pitch is outside, 3-2. Nowhere to put her. Put her on base if you get a strike here, excuse me. Meade wants something to happen on this pitch. That one's stroked. Get out of here and it's gone. Megan Farmer just put a charge into one and it's 1-1. That was a no-doubter over the left fielder and off the wall, and it's 1-1. High and inside pitch, she turned on it, and it was gone with ease. So 1-1 is your score. Michaela Clark will come to the plate. Well, that's our first home run in 2 games and 3 innings. So Farmer with a single and a home run, 2 for 2. That brings up Michaela Clark. That was a no-doubter home run by Megan Farmer. Meade's first pitch is low, 1-0. So Clark and Oliver, and then Lee, if they keep the inning going. Off-speed breaking pitch. Called a ball, 2-0 the count. Meade is struggling here, maybe tired after pitching that first game. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Off-speed pitch, low and in the dirt, 3-1. So Meade is fixing to get in all kind of trouble here. She walks someone. The last player she went to a 3-0 count, Farmer stuck it over the fence. And she walks him. So Michaela Clark walks. That's going to bring up Whitney Oliver. So now let's see what South Georgia does here. Runner on first, 1 out. Will they try to advance her? Or will they let the cleanup hitter swing away, knowing that Meade is struggling? Taking all the way. That's a ball outside, 1-0. Next pitch, cut on, missed, 1-1. Oliver tried to do a little inside-out swing, poking it to the opposite field. Didn't make contact. That pitch low gets by the catcher. Runner's going to advance to second. So now a runner is in scoring position. A single could mean a run. And now they're going to come out and talk to Meade. Let's see what Coach Melissa Wood does here. Again, you saw the replay of the pitch getting by the catcher. That allows the runner to go to second. Michaela Clark. It's a low inside bouncing pitch, and the catcher could not box it, stop it from getting by her. And now we break up the conference. Meade will stay in to pitch. Two-one count to Oliver. Meade looks in for the sign. Runner at second. That one's hit to center. It's going to get down to the fence. That's going to score the runner from second. The runner goes to second, and she's going to be out. But it's an RBI for Oliver, thrown out at second, and it's 2-1 as Clark scores. That ball bounced so hard off the fence, and a great throw from the outfielder to the second base bag, but it's 2-1. So South Georgia answers back with 2 runs here in their half of the third. Summer Lee at the plate, singled in her first plate appearance. That pitch is called a strike. A great throw to the cutoff and a great throw to second base got the runner on the replay there. That's how you're supposed to play it in the outfield. But it's 2-1. South Georgia leads it. Meade's pitch foul behind the plate. Count even at 2. Summerlee. High off-speed pitch. That was almost a pure underhand. Rebecca Meade smiling on that one. That one was high and way outside. Meade fires. And that's going to be, the runner will advance. Let's show that one again. So a runner on first for Shelby Lacey. Rebecca Meade has struggled here in her third inning. That pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Meade kicks and fires. That one is in there for a strike, 0-2. So a runner on first. 2 runs in. Meade winds and delivers off-speed pitch, way outside. Tried to get her to go chase. She had nothing to do with it. 1-2. Meade fires one in there. Back up the middle. She got a glove on it, and it gets through in for a base hit. So Shelby Lacey with a single. Runners at first and second. And David Elder has joined me, and that one went through the whole defense there of Georgia Highlands.
That did, and I tell you what, this South Georgia State Ball Club, they can hit.
That's why they are a number 1 seed and a 30-7 record.
Well, when your first base coach has been asked to pitch with the men's fast pitch softball team. That's a pretty good person to have throwing batting practice during the course of the year. Because if you can hit that speed, all of a sudden this game the ball gets a whole lot bigger.
Yep.
And a lot slower looking.
Amy Latner at the plate, the catcher. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 to count. Two-1 is your score. South Georgia State with 2 runs here in their bottom of the third. That pitch just a bit out of the zone. 2-1 to count. Meade obviously laboring in this inning. Kicks and fires. That one's fouled out off the screen. 2-2 to count. Almost had a play on it. The catcher did. Meade rocks and delivers. High off speed pitch there. 3.
Well, Mike, at the rate we're going, we're going to be late starting our 7 o'clock game for sure.
There's no doubt about that, sir. It's already 6:28 here by my cell phone. That hamburger between games may be what gets us through the last one. Grounded foul down the third base line. Or the Waffle House after the game may be what gets us to tomorrow.
Scattered, covered, and smothered.
That's right. Got to have it that way. That disembodied voice, James Crenshaw, said there's an IHOP close by the hotel, too. So,
hey, that one will work, too.
Yeah, that'll work as well.
Get you a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity, can't you, James?
Popped up. And that one's going to get out of play. Somehow I can't imagine James ordering that. That just doesn't seem to be in his personality there.
You know, I'd like to have some blueberry pancakes with my eggs and bacon.
Mm-hmm.
But there's never a bad time to have breakfast. I guess that's why Mickey D's has gone to their 24-hour breakfast spiel.
Yep. Meade's pitch is low. Bases are going to be loaded. Well, David, you know what my theory is? There's never a bad time to eat or cook bacon.
Well, you
know.
You notice we always come back to our food theme, which, hey, that's fine, well and good. But let me give a quick hello to all the good folks down in South Georgia State and Douglas, Georgia. Dr. Virginia Carson, wonderful, wonderful dear lady, who's going to be retiring in the next couple of months. She's been a big proponent of GCA athletics and has been on our executive committee, one of our executive committee presidents, and just want to give a big thanks to her for what all she's done and her support, not only of our athletics, but of myself as well. So, Dr. Carson, thank you so much, and Greg Tanner, AD, and Corey Baldwin, basketball coach, CM Jenkins, Martha Morgan, Jeff Timothy, all that group down there. Thank you guys for what you do.
Bases are loaded here. South Georgia trying to break this one open. They lead it 2-1. Lauren Mertz at the plate. 2-0 count. That's a strike, 2-1. A base hit here could plate 2.
Round tripper would put us up 6-1, get us close to that run rule. That'd be the only way to get us back close to getting back on track.
Waffle House is open 24/7. We don't have to rush. You can have scattered and smothered at 2 a.m. Meade intently looks in. Now comes to the plate. Just a bit inside, nowhere to put her. 3-1 count. Well, pitch of decision here. You go to full count, a lot of things happen. 3-1 is the count. Three-two. You're still in that same situation. You got to throw a strike. Nowhere to put her. Bases are full of South Georgia runners. Grounded to the third baseman. All she has to do is step on the bag, and she does, and that ends the inning. But not before South Georgia State puts 2 runs on the board. They strand 3. As we watch it here, Ashley Cortez with a good play for Georgia Highlands. Situationally aware, steps on the bag. 2-1 is your score. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here. PointsOutside.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-1. South Georgia State leads Georgia Highlands. Georgia Highlands dodged a big bullet in that last inning. It could have been a whole lot worse as South Georgia State stranded 3. Whitney Oliver on the hill, or on the circle, excuse me, as I've been corrected. 50 years of watching baseball, now you want me to tell the circle, but
Well, it's very easy to see. You have a
it still looks a little elevated.
you have a radius there. No, walk out there. It's as flat as you can get.
I'm just looking at this angle, from the portico angle. Bree Fickus at the plate leads it off. That one's skied down the right field, but out of play. 0-1 to count. Yes, I know, looking from the center field camera, it looks very flat. But again, it's just 50 years of ingrained watching baseball. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to make that mistake again. Grant me one every game, I'll be okay. Grounded to the second baseman. Farmer up, throws. Out number 1 is recorded.
Well, one way you can do that, whether it's baseball or softball, they got to toe the rubber.
That's true. Oliver's pitch to Ashley Jordan, who singled on her first plate appearance, is 1-0. Back to the pitcher. Oliver, good hands over the first to Michaela Clark, out number 2. Right back at you. Oliver was there, 2 out in the inning. The disembodied voice told me that towing the rubber is a Robert Williamson statement. He uses that consistently, so I don't know if I can live up to those standards. So I better just say what I can say.
Well,
that one's skied on a line to the left fielder and out number 3, Joe. Just like that, Whitney Oliver gets out of it with a 1-2-3 inning, just what she needed. And her team comes to bat in the bottom of the fourth, leading 2-1. GCAA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCAA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this retirement. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, so she's done her part for the season.
Rebecca Meade stays on the pitch for Georgia Highlands after her very difficult bottom of the third. 2-1 is your score. South Georgia State leads it. And number 8, Hallie Pierce, comes to the plate. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1 to count. Meade, off-speed pitch, grounded to the first baseman. Fickus grabs it, tags the runner as she goes by for out number 1. See the replay there as the batter chopped at it. Fickus right there, one step from the line, tags her as she goes by. That's going to bring up Chelsea Lyons to the plate. And that one's off Fickus's glove and off the second baseman. And it's going to be a base hit. So Lyons with a single. I had a monitor blocking me off in front of me there. I'll see the replay, but I know it went off the first baseman's glove. Went right behind the second baseman. She reached for it with her bare hand. So a runner on first, one out. And that's going to bring up Megan Farmer, who has singled and homered, and there was no doubt about her home run.
You aren't lying. That one was a shot.
And they dust her off inside. Guess what?
Well, don't get too comfortable. Just because you cranked one out your last at bat, don't get too comfortable in there.
Yep. Made her skip out of the way.
I think that one just got away from her, to be honest with you.
Yep. But the intent was, whether intended or unintentional, sending a message. Outside, runner goes, and it's going to be safe. They steal the base at second. So Lyons on the stolen base gets down to second base.
Nice job there by Lyons. You'll see right here she slides by the bag, catches it with her left hand. Good job of base running there by Lyons.
2-0 count to Farmer. Dangerous hitter. Outside, 3-0. Again, Farmer is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Singled and homered in her last at bat. Swinging on the 3-0, fouls it back, 3-1. Yeah, there's a dent in the grass out there in the out behind the fence where that ball landed. the fans in the outfield grass a little bit more would have scattered. Popped up, foul out of play behind the third base dugout, 3-2. Meade again working in trouble here in the fourth inning. 2-1, South Georgia State leads it. Little something extra on that one. And it's a walk. So Farmer draws a base on ball. Runners at first and second. Michaela Clark, who has walked. Again, Darton and Georgia Military College await after this one, our final game of the opening day session.
Well, Coach Woods just getting ready to get a warning. She came out here to argue the proverbial no-no. You can't argue balls and strikes, and she came out here to make her point. I don't know if she was trying to get the umpire at first to see whether it was check swing or not. Well, she didn't even.
Or maybe where she threw the bat, I don't know.
So she came out and yelled at him to pay attention as he walked off, and the old pen and paper came out with the warning. So
Michaela Clark, who has walked, first pitch is a ball, 1-0 the count. Again, Rebecca Meade in all kind of trouble here. Kicks and fires, and that one's poked foul down the left field line. Had home run distance, but foul. South Georgia State is not getting cheated on any of their swings.
yeah, when you go up against a good hitting ball club, you're just waiting for that one mistake, and they're just going to make you pay.
Meade taking her time, looks in. Now delivers. And that's a strike. Count is 1-2. Again, Meade looks in. Now fires. Popped up. Again, foul out of play. Scatters the fans over there behind a third base dugout. Those who are sitting there getting some shade.
Well, the sun's low enough now behind some high-level clouds. Need to pay a little more attention to the ball game instead of conversing, unless you want to.
I know the outfielders appreciate the sun doing that because that's a sun field here late in the evening. Now they've got a little shade. Not quite as bad. 1-2 to count to Michaela Clark. Meade outside, 2-2. She wasn't going to give her anything good to hit there. Clark showing good plate discipline, did not chase. Meade fires and swung on and missed. That's a big strikeout. An out with no runners advancing.
Not a good swing right here.
That may have been a ball. Low and away, she swung at it. So Whitney Oliver, who has driven in a run with a single, comes to the plate. That pitch is outside, 1-0. Georgia Highlands living on the edge here. Runners at first and second for South Georgia State. South Georgia State leads it 2-1 here, bottom of the fourth. Fouled. Squibbed down the third base line. 1-1. The one thing about these 7-inning games, about the time you get into the ball game here, and you're getting late into the ball game here. After this inning, only 3 more at bats for Georgia Highlands. Meade delivers. Grounded to the third baseman. Great stab and tags her out, and that ends the inning. Beautiful play that time by Ashley Cortez to end the inning. Wow, show that one again. Inside out swing, dive to the left. Tag the runner from her knees as she goes by, and that ends the inning. South Georgia State strands 2, bottom of the fourth, no runs. And we go to the top of the fifth, still 2-1, South Georgia State. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this retirement. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here, OneSouthside.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. Oh, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Top of the fifth inning, South Georgia State, the number 1 seed, leads this one 2-1 over Georgia Highlands. Whitney Oliver completing her warm-up tosses. Georgia Highlands lucky to be in this one 2-1. They have dodged a couple of bullets here. A hit here and a hit there. It could be 4-1 for South Georgia State.
Well, you can either say they got the outs when they needed them, or South Georgia State just didn't capitalize. It just depends on which angle of the glass you're looking at.
Lauren Womack, good little shortstop for Georgia Highlands, leads it off. And that's a strike, 0-1. So what you're saying, if you're a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of guy?
I think it could go either way with that.
That pitch is outside, 1-1. Well, being that we're at the top of the fifth, you'd probably want your glass half full, wouldn't you?
Really, I want mine full to the rim.
Grounded down the third base line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Runner at second, all the way down, and that's a leadoff double for Womack. Let's see that one again.
Went with the pitch.
And the umpire had it all the way, saying it was fair. You see the umpire behind home plate immediately make the call. Yeah, it bounced over the bag.
Yep.
Fair, so no dispute on that. So Womack leads it off with a double. Mallory Jackson will be at the plate. Well, now we got a pinch hitter.
Well, if you're cheering for the Lady Chargers right now, you don't want to see them squander this right here because you've got a runner on second base with no outs, and that's the tying run right there, and that's one runner you want to get across home plate.
Kaylee Mobley in the pinch hit. So a runner on second, nobody out here, top of the fifth. Runs up as if to butt, called a strike. Count even at 1. Sun setting here in the evening time, cooling down a little bit. We were hot about mid-afternoon. Again, offering at the pitch, it's a strike. But now it's getting that pleasant time of day.
Yeah, we've dropped 6 degrees. We were 90 about an hour and a half ago.
Oliver's pitch, a bit low. 2-2 to count. That pitch is cut on and missed. And Mobley goes down swinging, out number 1. That's going to bring up Madison Gianfala, who singled in an earlier plate appearance. So runner at second, 1 out. That was not a productive out for Georgia Highlands. They did not advance the runner. Nothing happened on that one. Gianfala offers at it, called a strike.
Well, that was a big K for the Lady Hawks.
Oliver looks in, runner at second. Infielders come up close. One and one the count. Oliver kicks and fires. Again, Gianfala offers at it, and it's a strike. 1-2 the count. Oliver comes away with a K here. That'll be big for the Lady Hawks.
Well, here's the thing. If you're a slap hitter, you've got to make contact. You've got to just get the ball in play.
And they bunt it down to the line, and it's going to be foul. So 1-2 to count to Gianfala. Again, infielders charging, bunted to the shortstop. Over the first, Lee, and it's safe.
Well, that's a win-win right there, Mike. You advance the runner and you beat the throw, so you put yourself in a better situation.
Gianfala with an infield single, her second base hit. Watch the replay here. Lee did everything she could, but Gianfala hustling down the line beat the throw. And now Andrea Booth. And she slaps one to the third baseman. It gets by. Coming home to the plate. Out. They call her out. Runners advance to first and third. Let's watch that one again. It hit off the third baseman as Booth slapped it. Rolled back to the pitcher, who alertly picked it up and threw home.
Well, here's the cardinal sin right here, Mike. If you're at third base and it's hit on that side, you got to stay put because, one, even though she missed it, the ball was still in front of her.
Yep. And on the replay, it looked like a very good call. Runner goes to second. Nobody there covering.
So now, if you're pulling for the Lady Chargers, you're hoping for a 2-out hit right here.
And Carly Thurman is the batter. She has walked twice in the ball game. Yep, she was out at the plate. Good call by the home plate umpire, Steve Winter. 2-0 the count.
That's just one of those mental errors.
Did she run on her own, or did the third base coach say go,
I think she went on her own. I sort of saw a disgusted look from Coach Wood.
That pitch is in there for a strike.
See, I mean, she saw it right in front of her. I think she just took off on her own.
That one's popped foul to the screen. Well, a good play by Whitney Oliver on a good throw to the home plate to the catcher. That's one of those, sometimes you throw it wild, put a little extra on it, and it doesn't go straight. That one was perfect. Waist high where the catcher could just go make a swipe tag. That pitch is low. 3-2 the count. Runners at second and third. A base hit still means a couple of runs. Oliver fires. That one is hit to the shortstop, and Summer Lee gathers it up, and that ends the threat for Georgia Highlands. They strand two. We'll watch the replay here as we go out.
Lady Hawks dodged a bullet.
But Summer Lee, the shortstop, squeezes it. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Midfield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here. PointsOffside.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1. South Georgia State leads it. They got out of a big jam in their top of the fifth. Now let's see what Rebecca Mead has, as she has struggled in the last two innings. Georgia Highlands, if you're a fan of theirs, you want a 1-2-3 inning to get back to the plate. If you're South Georgia State, you want to get a run. Mead's first pitch to Summer Lee, who singled and walked, is a ball, 1-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count even at 1. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll start off with 4 more games. Grounded to the third base, but foul down the third base line. Debbie Mellon showing some good moves there, getting out of the way, our third base umpire. Debbie had the task of umping the first game behind home plate when it was about 90 degrees.
Well, the home plate umpire for the second game said it was hotter then.
Mead's pitch off speed outside. 2-2 the count. Mead rocks and fires. Pop foul out of play. 2-2 still the count. Mead delivers. Again, pop foul. Lee is making Mead work here again in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 is your score. Darton and Georgia Military follow this one. Grounded foul down the third base line. And we'll have our bracket set for tomorrow. Who's going to win and who's going to lose. Two-two count. Meade fires. Again, another foul.
Well, Mike, we might want to let some people know, those that are tuning in right now to watch the 7 o'clock game of Georgia Military, don't be surprised. No, you're not seeing the wrong thing. We're still in our 5 o'clock ball game between Georgia Highlands and South Georgia State. We're in the bottom of the fifth. So bear with us. The 7 o'clock ball game will come after the completion of this ball game.
James Crenshaw just sent me a weather radar, which shows rain to the west of us. High fly ball. Left fielder drifts in foul territory and grabs it for out number one. Andrea Booth with the play. That rain looks pretty imposing there to the west of us. James is just trying to ruin our groove here.
Well, here is the good thing right now.
It's about 100+ miles away from us.
Well, not only is it west of us, but it's a little bit above us moving to the northeast. So hopefully it will stay above us and we can get this tonight's in and then this come through tonight. Well, there's quite a bit behind us, so we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Meade fires outside.
I imagine that cool air we're getting as a result of that rain.
That pitch is foul. Oh,
caught her on the arm.
Caught her on the arm, excuse me. So runner on first. So Lacey has singled, reached on catcher's interference, been hit by a pitch. She's had an interesting day.
I tell you, I'd much rather get hit by a baseball than a softball.
So Amy Latner at the plate.
At least with a baseball, you have a smaller surface area.
If I'm going to get hit, I want to get hit in a non-vital part.
Well, for me, a non-vital part would be my whole body. so that tells you I just don't want to get hit, period.
I thought you was going to really hurt yourself and say your head. I was going to say, no, don't go there, Dave. Don't go there. Pitch is foul down the third base line, out of play. Well, to solve all our weather woes, we just need to find a dome to play in, I guess, in the future. That pitch is outside. 2-2. So if there's a town out there that wants to build the David Elder Memorial Dome.
Wait a minute, Memorial, I'm not dead yet.
Well, I'm talking about down the road. I'm talking about down the road.
Let's put it a long ways down the road. They go stay in? Nope.
That one's pop foul, out of play.
Yeah, we're just plodding along through this one.
Yep, this has been a slog here for the last inning and a half, and now we're going to go out and talk to the pitcher. Again, Meade pitched the first ball game, went all the way. Now she's pitching into her 5th inning in this one. Yeah, I was just trying to plant the seed to any municipality out there that wanted to build us a dome to host softball. We would be glad to play there.
Well, they can take apart the Georgia Dome and build it somewhere else, as they're building the new Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta.
And the NFL draft is going to resume tonight. The Falcons drafted a safety last night. Keanu Neal out of Florida.
Florida, I know.
A safety.
From Florida.
From Florida.
You know where I'm going with this from Florida bit, don't you?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
From Florida. You're in Bulldog country.
Leonard Floyd went number 9 to the Bears last night. Two-two count. Again, foul down the third base line. They are getting some good swings at Meade. David, in your opinion, who would win a fight between a Gator and a Bulldog?
Well, if the Bulldog could latch down before the Gator could open its mouth, I'd have to say the dog.
That one's hit to the right fielder, back a couple of steps. She gathers it in for out number 2. Good play that time by Carly Thurman out there. Out number 2 is recorded.
Be surprised the Old English Bulldogs are, boy, when they latch down on something, they don't let go. I saw a guy one time, Bulldog latched down on a big old leather baseball glove, and he picked that Bulldog up off the ground by the glove. He wasn't going to let go.
Amy Latner at the plate. She's walked. Or is that Lauren Mertz, excuse me.
Well, the Lady Chargers trying to dodge another bullet here. I got 2 down, trying to get out of this inning.
That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. Well, James should be a Bulldog fan, should he not, since he has a relative who coaches the Lady Dogs?
His cousin, Joni Taylor, is
that's right.
first-year women's basketball coach at Georgia.
Skied to Andrea Booth. 2 steps over, grabs it for out number 3. So nothing doing for South Georgia State as they strand another couple of runners. At the end of 5, still 2-1 South Georgia State. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on a GCA Sports Network powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this retirement. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here. OneSouthside.com.
Mosley now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Well, time is getting short here for Georgia Highlands. Top of the 6th inning. They trail it 2-1. Whitney Oliver completing her warm-up tosses. It's not that they've not had opportunities. They have had them. Both teams have had multiple chances to put more runs on the board.
Yeah, on both sides. Just that hadn't got that timely hit either way. So that's why we're still stuck here at 2-1.
Top of the 6th inning here. Caitlin Parks, the catcher, will lead it off. She has singled and driven in the only run for Georgia Highlands. Back in the 3rd inning. David, a good crowd has assembled here all afternoon to watch the ball game. We got them out on the hill, out in front of us, back behind us, down behind home plate. So a lot of support here for these young ladies.
Yeah, we usually have a good crowd every year, so we can pretty much count on that. Like I said, excellent facility here at Strong Rock, and we're just thankful that they continue to want to host this every year, and so it's I think, good for everybody.
And the Tanger Outlet Mall is only a couple of miles away, so
yeah,
you can help the local economy.
Well, here's the thing.
After or before the game.
Well, put it this way. Softball mom is not going to be at the Tanger Outlet during a game now.
Nope. That one's popped up. Second baseman comes in and gathers it. Megan Farmer for out number 1. But after the game.
After the game, before the game, that's right.
All bets are off. And with Mother's Day approaching next week, if you have not bought something, this would be a prime opportunity to take care of some business. Just saying.
Yeah, don't forget Mom out there.
Bree Fickus at the plate. Grounds it to the hole between short and third, and that's a base hit. So Fickus with a single. Sharply hit. And that's going to bring up Ashley Jordan, who has singled in the ball game. And are we going to have a pinch runner? I think we will. For Fickus. That's going to be number 23 for Georgia Highlands. Jace Armstrong. Or J.C. Armstrong. So Armstrong into a pinch run for Fickus. Now let's see what they try to do here. Tying run is at first, only one out. Advance her the second and hope you get a 2-out hit. And they do bunt it, but it's foul. Oliver delivers. Again, bunted, foul at the plate. 0-2.
Bunting is a lost art. It's almost gone the way of the dodo bird, almost extinct, because, it's such a key thing to be able to put a bunt down, much like drawing a charge in basketball. You know what? You used to see people sacrifice their bodies and do that in basketball, but you don't see that much anymore, just like in softball and baseball. Man, if you can get a bunt down, a lot of times you can create stuff because you force the other team to have to make the play.
You do not even see good bunting at the major league level anymore.
That shows you how old school I am.
I think I say the old school, the old timers look at that and go, what? That pitch is outside. 1-2 to count. Oliver, ahead in the count, delivers. Tap to the third baseman. Runner goes from first to second, so they advance the runner. Out number 2 is recorded. Shelby Lacey on the play. So now a 2-out hit is needed by Ashley Cortez.
See right there, the previous batter, you had a left-handed batter. If you get a drag bunt down that line,
you have a base hit. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Cortez to tie it up. foul down the first base line. Yep, nobody ever liked to bunt, especially turning around and facing that pitcher, throwing it hard at you. But it was definitely something that was taught more, and it was a skill you developed. Back to the pitcher. Oliver's going to toss it to first, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for Georgia Highlands in their half of the sixth. Still 2-1 here as we go to the bottom of the sixth. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now is playing in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Bottom of the sixth inning here. Georgia Highlands trails this one 2-1.
Well, Mike, while we got a chance, let's take a quick moment to thank our game sponsors, Gamer Sports, tournament sponsor. They've provided our championship hats and T-shirts, and appreciate them doing that. And got a booth set up here, and you can reach them at 770-957-3369. And, of course, our ball sponsor, Wilson, and appreciate what they do as well.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, I'm going to have to ask you about that hat you've been promising me for a couple of years. GCA, I haven't gotten that yet.
I tell you what, I'll be even later getting on the final game, and I will have that hat for you. How about that?
All right, oh, she hit it twice there. I'm out. I've been wondering where that hat was at there.
All right,
I want to promote the GCA as I go across the South, so
consider it done.
You know, Robert probably will have James and I, going to Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, someplace here like that.
Well, just
summer,
wear it proudly in Alabama.
We can do that. One out here. And Chelsea Lions will be at the plate.
Now the question is, do you want the baseball style hat or the golf style hat?
One of each. Don't make me choose.
We can probably work that out.
One of each, man. Come on.
I think we can work that out.
All right, there you go. 1-1 to count here. Bottom of the sixth inning. Georgia Highlands needing to hold them right here. Grounded to the second baseman, down to one knee over the ficus at first, out number 2. Gianfalo with a good play. So 2 outs here. Georgia Highlands. Megan Farmer, who has singled, homered, and walked in the ball game. I would not have anything to do with Miss Farmer. Grounded to the shortstop and through for a base hit. 3 for 4 on the afternoon. Told you I wouldn't have anything to do with her. She has been swinging a hot bat in this one.
At this point, her home run is the difference in the ball game. So we'll see if the Lady Hawks can add an insurance run here in the bottom of the sixth.
Michaela Clark to the plate. She has walked in her plate appearances. Megan Farmer, again, 3 for 4. If we chose a player of the game, she might be it. She has been the best hitter so far of the 3 games we've seen. Me trying to shut the door here. 2 outs, 1-0 count. They've turned the lights on here at the field. That one's hit to the shortstop and a good play. Lauren Womack caught it on the line, and that ends the inning, so nothing doing for South Georgia State.
Couldn't hit it any harder, just hit it right to her.
There you take a look at the replay, half a step to the right, and there it is. So we go to the top of the 7th. 2-1, South Georgia State leads it. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Infield kicks it in, 40, got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley, now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
Whitney Oliver trying to go the distance here. 2-1, she leads it, top of the 7th inning. Again, they've turned the lights on here late in the evening. We got one more game to go behind this one. Darton and Georgia Military following this one. But South Georgia State, 30-7 on the year, number 1 seed, trying to stay in the winner's bracket. Womack will lead it off. She has doubled in the ball game.
Boy, I can tell you what, you can tell a sports junkie, the Strong Rock sports medicine trainer is just to the right of him, and he's got the South Carolina-Florida SEC baseball game on his iPad, and he's got the NFL draft on his iPhone. So he's I do see he must be a South Carolina alumnus because I do see the Gamecock on his Under Armour. We'll let him stay up here for that. If he had a Gator on there, I'd throw him over the portico, that's for sure.
Grounded foul down the third baseline.
But as we always say with our SEC brethren, forgive them for they know not what they do.
There you go.
Hey, I always go up to somebody that's not a Georgia fan. I said, you can still be saved, don't you?
Oliver pitches. But that last statement you made before the saving one could apply to the Ole Miss football program.
Oh, wow.
Oliver delivers. That one almost got the batter.
I tell you what, anybody that saw that last night on the NFL draft, Laramie Tunsil, offensive lineman for Ole Miss, man, he just everything that came out yesterday made Ole Miss look really bad.
Oliver delivers. Farmer on her knees over the first, and the out is recorded. 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
Good play by Farmer.
Again, there was a player of the game, she would be it. Stellar in the field, awesome at the plate. 1 out in the inning. Number 25, Mallory Jackson to the plate. Gian Fowler waits on deck.
Well, I tell you what, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and make her the player of the game. How about that?
Definitely she has been that on this one. Great game by that young lady. But it's still a 2-1 ball game, one swing away from tying it up for Georgia Highlands. Whitney Oliver delivers. Just a bit outside, 1-0 the count. Oliver kicks and fires, and that one's cut on and missed. 2-1 to count. 2-1 your score. South Georgia State leads it. Top of the 7th inning.
Now I know why my internet connection's so slow. Trying to get stuff up on Presto on the conference website.
Our South Carolina buddy over there has all the bandwidth.
He's got
occupied.
all the exactly.
3-1 pitch. Hit high and deep, and it's gone.
We got a tie ball game, folks.
Mallory Jackson, opposite field home run, and it's 2-2. Not going anywhere for a while. Whitney Oliver just gave up an opposite field big fly, and she got all of it. And it kept carrying and carrying, and it got over the fence with plenty of room. Hit at the base of the wall behind the fence. So we're tied at 2. Madison Gianfala to the plate. She's got 2 singles on the evening. And again, unlike the first 2 games, we saw the Georgia Highlands pitcher hold the opposition in the 6th inning to give her team a chance, trailing only by 1. Now we're going to see what will happen if they don't score. We go 2-2 in the 7th. Gianfala, 1-1 the count. That pitch is low, skips by the catcher, 2-1. So yes, the Waffle House is looking better and better as we go forward. That may be the only thing open by the time we leave tonight. And now South Georgia is coming out to talk to their pitcher. Again, we have Darton and Georgia Military, our final game of the session following this one. And at the rate we're going, we're not going to start that one until well after 8 o'clock.
Well, 2 conference losses that South Georgia State had this year. I don't know if you went over that or not, Mike.
I have not.
But one loss that 2 losses they came to was Gordon College, who didn't make the tournament, and then the other one was to Georgia Highlands.
Ball chopped over the pitcher. Farmer throws, and it's an errant throw. Got by the first baseman, and Gianfala reaches.
So the one date that they played, Georgia Highlands and South Georgia State split, and Georgia Highlands won that one game by 4-2.
Gianfala beat out the play. Oliver, runner on first, chopped down the third base line foul. And just like that, with only 1 out, a sacrifice or a wild pitch can put a runner in scoring position here. 2-2 is your score here, bottom of the 6th. They are jumping up and down in the Georgia Highlands dugout. Whitney Oliver delivers. Andrea Booth at the plate.
That's the great thing about women's softball. I mean, they can get in there. You were talking about the previous game where they had their vacation stuff, the pink flamingo, and
chopped to the third baseman. Over the first in plenty of time, runner advanced to second. 2 out in the inning.
Lady Chargers got their chant going on in their dugout.
Well, even in the men's, you see it in basketball where the teams do little celebrations, holding hands at the end of the game for a free throw or last second play. That's what makes athletics great. You got to see that kind of enthusiasm. That pitch is in there for a strike to Carly Thurman. Runner at second. Base hit would put Georgia Highlands up. And that one's hit hard and long, and it's going to be gone. Carly Thurman with a 2-run shot, and it's 4-2 Georgia Highlands. Wow. 2 home runs in the inning, 3 on the board. In this inning, it's now 4-2. No doubter. Dead center field off the retaining wall back there. Look at that picture-perfect swing, and it just kept going. So Oliver will come out of the ball game. A relief pitcher will come in for South Georgia State.
She just left it up a little high and too much over the plate. Right in the wheelhouse.
And she had a great swing on it. Got full extension, hit it on the sweet spot, and it was gone. That was a blast, high and deep. So number 7, Kim Gentry, will come in relief of Whitney Oliver. And now the pressure goes on to South Georgia State.
Well, this ball game has done a complete 180, going from 2-1 lead by the Lady Hawks in the last at bat for Georgia Highlands to a 4-2 lead and still batting for the Lady Chargers right now. So, boy, just when you thought the Lady Hawks were in control and it probably had this game wrapped up the way things were going, 2 home runs here.
And neither one of them were cheapies. Those were both hit well. So now Kim Gentry trying to shut the door here. Caitlin Parks has singled and driven in a run. That first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 to count. Again, that's just the great thing about athletics. The emotion, the spirit. And just when you think you're out of it, all of a sudden you get the home run and momentum swings, and then you get another one.
Or how many times do you turn the channel and say this ball game's over with, or you walk out of the stadium or the Coliseum or basketball gymnasium, and the next thing you know, you're driving down the road listening on the radio like, what the heck just happened?
Yep. I have called many a sports event, and the last 2 minutes of a game, I've seen it turn around so many times. Somebody makes a great shot. Somebody misses a tackle, and a receiver breaks free. You never know. That one is stroked. Back, off the wall. And it's going to be a stand-up double for Caitlin Parks. Georgia Highland has broken out their hitting shoes here in this inning.
Well, I was fixing to say, not only their hitting shoes, but boy, the power hitting. That was close to being out.
That one did not quite have the carry, but she got all of it. And now Bree Fickus will come to the plate. She's singled. Runner at second. That's another big run standing out there if Georgia Highlands can get it in. That pitch is low and bounced. Catcher makes a good stop to keep it in front of her. 1-1 to count. Well, Coach Melissa Wood has to be proud of her bunch coming back like they have off the deck to lead this one 4-2. 1-2 the count. Gentry trying to get out of it here. Swung on and fouled out of play. Still 1-2. Off-speed pitch out in front. Fickus to first base, and she is out, and that ends the inning. But 3 big runs crossed the plate in the top of the 7th on 2 home runs by Mallory Jackson and by Carly Thurman. And as we go to break, it's 4-2. Georgia Highlands on top. Bottom of the 7th coming up. GCA Women's Softball Tournament on the GCA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.
Southern to serve to begin this tournament. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beat
Rebecca Mead about to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning with now a 4-2 lead. So, David, the winner of this one stays in the winner's bracket. The loser of this one plays what time tomorrow morning? Or somewhere you've got this updated.
Do you not have it on there?
I don't have it updated.
There we go.
Meade trying to close it out here with a 2-run lead. Georgia Highlands all of a sudden leading this one.
There goes the 10-8 loser. This game goes to the 10 a.m. ball game against Andrew. And the loser of the night 8 o'clock game, as well as looking like her later, will play in the noon game tomorrow.
So there you have it. Whitney Oliver at the plate. Meade fires, and it's a base hit. Tying run will come to the plate. Tying run comes to the plate.
Well, don't count these Lady Hawks out yet.
And now Summer Lee comes to the plate. She has power.
Great job of hitting right there. Went with the pitch outside.
So now, again, 2-run deficit. It's the run at home plate that means the most. But Georgia Highlands would like to string together, South Georgia State would like to string together several hits here and get a big inning going. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win it. Could we see another shift in the ebb and flow of this game? Meade to Lee, who has singled and walked. The shortstop. Runner at first. That one is hit foul out of play down the third base line. Strike one.
Well, if you're the Lady Hawks right now, you just want to get 2 to send this into extra innings. And if you want to get greedy, then you get 3 and take the win, but you want to get 2 just to keep the game alive.
Allison Dowdy in the pinch run at first base. That pitch is out of the zone, 1-1. Meade, trying to shut it down here, has allowed the leadoff runner to get on base. Off speed, hitting the hole, and that's going to be through for another base hit. So now they really have something going. Lee with her second base hit of the afternoon. Runners at first and second and nobody out.
Well, as we say it, playing station to station, just moving up one base at a time.
And a big fly would win it here, 4-2. Tying runs on the bases, winning run at the plate. Shelby Lacey, who has reached on catcher interference single and hit by a pitch. That one is low, ball one.
Well, if you're the Lady Hawks, what you don't want to do, Mike, is hit into a double play right here. Take yourself out of trying to get back in here. So,
Caitlin Parks calls a meeting at the mound to try to settle her pitcher down.
Or make any type of base running mistake, because the last thing you need to hear is one of those mental errors with a line shot and the person getting too far off the base, getting doubled up, something of that nature.
And if you're Georgia Highlands, you don't want a pass ball or a wild pitch right now to advance the runners without benefit of an out. Meade rocks and fires. Foul behind the plate. 1-1 the count. Again, that's what, to me, makes baseball, softball such an interesting sport to watch. So many little intricacies can happen here. It could swing it one way or the other on the bounce of a ball. 4-2 is your score. Georgia Highlands leads it. But they are in trouble. Runners at first and second for South Georgia State. Nobody out. Winning run at the plate. Shelby Lacey. And that's in there for a strike. 1-2 to count. Meade rocks and fires. Grounded to the third baseman. Shortstop picks it up, tries to beat the runner to third, and they get the force. Wow, that was close. It got by the third baseman, and Womack, Johnny on the spot, ran it down and tagged the base to get the out. Let's watch that one again. That was really close. Emphatic call there by Debbie Mellon.
Ooh.
Amy Leitner at the plate, walked.
What do you think on that replay, Mike?
I thought she beat it. Grounded to the third baseman, steps on the bag, over to second, throws it away, gets into the outfield. Runners will be at second, and nope, the runner's coming home. And it's high, run scores, and it's now 4-3. Well, that was a blunder. They threw it away. They allowed the runners to advance, and now the tying run is at second.
You know, what she should have done was when she tagged third, gone to first. That's where her play was.
So an errant throw, threw it to second and threw it wild. So now 2 outs, runner on second, 4-3 is your score. Lauren Mertz at the plate. Well, they're giving us a finish here.
Well, we got a little drama here, that's for sure.
4-3, 2 outs. Tying run at second. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 to count. The bang play at third was called out. That may be what saves Georgia Highlands. That pitch is outside, 2-1.
Here's that replay again. Oh, she beat it because her step was short. Yep.
Grounded to the third baseman. Bobbles it, throws across the diamond. Gets away. We're going to have a tie ball game. It's 4-4.
Wow.
Well, we're back to where we started. 4-4 with a runner at first. Mertz
Oh, my goodness.
with the infield single. It hit the bag. The bag stopped it. The third baseman had to pick it up. And she beat it by a mile. So now Hallie Pierce at the plate. Winning run goes at first.
Ooh, this has gotten interesting.
2 outs. You just send the runner and try to steal the bag and get in scoring position here. Strike, 1-1. Well, we said this a while ago, not going anywhere for a while. We're staring down hard at extra innings.
Well,
4-4 here, bottom of the 7th.
I'll tell you this, baseball game today between East Georgia and West Georgia Tech. 4-3 in 11 innings.
We're 4-4 here, bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Rebecca Meade delivers. Pop foul out of play. Still 1-2. Again, the scattered and smothered place may be the only restaurant open by the time we get done here. That pitch, whoa, catcher framed it, nothing called, 2-2 the count.
Well, I'll tell you this, you can always go up north on 75 about 8 miles, 2 exits up to Jonesboro Road exit. There's plenty of stuff open late night up there with it being a Friday night.
Back to the pitcher, off for glove, and it's going to be safe, and now the winning run is at second base. Infield hit for Hallie Pierce, excuse me.
Well, Mike, we don't know how this is going to turn out, but I can tell you this, the Lady Hawks have not given up. It could have been very easy after that 3-run inning at the top of the inning last inning just to fold tent and head to the loser's bracket, but they're not ready to do that yet.
And they are a base hit away from winning this one with 3 of their own in the bottom of the 7th. Meade to Chelsea Lyons, who has singled in her plate appearances. About to give us a finish here, one way or the other. Meade trying to get off the jam and go to extra innings. That pitch is just a bit off the plate. 2-0 the count. She's pitching from behind. This is a dangerous spot. Georgia Highlands, South Georgia State, 4-4 here, bottom of the 7th. Way outside, 3-0. And guess who waits on deck? Megan Farmer. She of the 3-hit afternoon. Meade fires. In there for a strike, 3-1. Meade looks in. Gets her sign and a walk. So now the player who has had a hot bat all afternoon has a chance to be the hero here. Well, no place to put her. 4-4 is your score, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. This could be interesting to say the least.
Well, this is interesting to say the least. We're sitting here with ducks on the pond, bases loaded, and bottom of the 7th, 2 outs.
Meade's first pitch.
And a batter that's 3 for 4 today.
And she gets ahead on the count, 0-1. Farmer has singled, homered, walked, and singled in the ballgame. Meade looks in, now delivers. Inside, 1-1.
Wow, you know what?
You can't.
I don't think I'd be bailing on that one.
You can't hit the player. That means the winning run.
I mean,
yeah, you might take one for the team.
That's ultimately taking one for the team.
4-4 is your score. 1-1 pitch. Meade the Farmer. Grounded foul down to third baseline, 1-2 the count. So we all can breathe again here and wait for the next pitch. By far the best game of the tournament so far.
There's that replay. Boy, I've added
one more inch inside, we would be at the end of this one. 1-2 pitch from Meade. Again, foul down the third base line. She spoils another pitch. We'll do it all over.
Well, I bet we have people in Rome and people in Douglas sitting on the edge of their seats right now, because we've got a great softball game right here.
Farmer back into the batter's box. Meade twirls that softball, now delivers. Again, shot foul. She's timing it out. Do you dare throw something off speed?
Well,
Try to get her out front.
You're 1-2. Do you try to waste a pitch and see if she'll be over aggressive and go after a bad pitch?
But it can't be too bad because you can't throw a wild pitch here. Meade delivers. Outside, 2-2. Well, 2-2 count, bases full, 4-4 is your score, bottom of the 7th. South Georgia Hawks trying to save themselves, coming back here in the bottom of the 7th. Pop foul, she keeps spoiling them. One more time, Meade toes the rubber. Former right-handed batter stands in there. The pitch. Low. Full count, no place to put her.
Oh, here we go, folks.
It's got to be in the zone.
Wow.
4-4. Meade, 3-2 pitch. And he walked. It's over.
Wow.
South Georgia State comes off the deck with 3 runs in their half of the 7th. They win it on a walk-off base on ball. And they advance to the winner's bracket game with a 5-4 victory.
Mike, that's a great ball game right there.
5-4 is your final score.
Here's that final pitch again.
South Georgia State wins this one. 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, and they advance 5-4. Well, for Commissioner David Elder and James Crenshaw, technical engineer, Mike Flowers, one more game to go. This is a GCAA women's softball tournament on the GCAA Sports Network, powered by Jock Jive.